How long you been doing music?
I've been doing it, writing songs 23 years.
How old are you?
38.
Damn, man. Yeah.
Is that a good damn?
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Nah, it's like, man, the world is so corrupted now. You can say damn and be like, oh, you're insulting me. It's more of like a damn, like, you're pretty good at what you do there. 23 years, that's years of experience and knowledge. Most people don't have that.
I understand that, but it seems like there's no real justice really in this world.
Yeah.
It's kind of like people kind of lost their morals. It's just about survival of the fittest, I feel like. And people need to understand that they shouldn't do things to other people that they wouldn't want done to themselves. It's kind of like, I could fix capitalism if the boss was in touch with what the workers are doing, then it wouldn't be so fucked up. And also, each employee at Walmart, for instance, they make a net profit, I saw, of over $10,000 on each employee. So it's pretty much slavery. It's just modern slavery, to be honest.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but I think they just pulled the wool over our eyes. And I worked 4 years at Tenfair as a contractor before this.
Wow. That's funny.
Yeah, and it's just like, the jobs I'm working out, it's retail, and they just, you know what I'm saying, it's just bullshit work. It's no money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the thing is I just feel like I have no choice but to either start a business or do busking, and I really don't give a fuck where I end up, but I just can't stand the conformity that you have to do to try and move up in corporate America or the government. It's like you have to gossip and do all this bullshit. Like, oh, I'm just on a rant, sorry.
No. Like, we get it, man. Trust me. I get it. I worked at a grocery store for God knows how long. 6 months. It wasn't long. And you're true, bro. You have to, like, it's more than just, you have to be good at your job. You don't even have to be good at your job. You just have to do it quick enough for them to realize, like, hey, you got this done. Oh, yeah. So-and-so was doing it like this. So I just, they did it for them. That's a promotion. You know what I'm saying? You have to be like, you have to basically be scum to be even more scum. I think about it as like a trash can. We're all at the bottom. And whoever's at the top of the trash can is basically scum of the world, if anything.
Yeah, I think so, for sure. I don't think everybody that's rich is bad necessarily, though. Because it's hard to judge what rich is. Like, are you talking millionaires?
I'm talking about maybe more of like rich and, well, you can't really be rich in ego, more of like an ego thing.
Oh, yeah, like making money because you want to suit your ego. That's evil.
Yeah, and that's majority of everyone. Everyone's kind of like, I need money so I can stop living this way, or not stop living this way, but I need money so I can just, there's just too much corruption behind it. You try to get out of the situation, like you're in poverty, for instance. You try to get out of poverty. For you to get out of poverty, you basically have to throw away your morals to get out of poverty. And that's how the system or the government made it. You have to become less human to have more of a human life, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with you. What are some examples you've seen of that in your life? Because I've seen some.
Maybe for instance, like, really, I can't really think any. That's just like my take on it. I'm not saying like I've seen it, but that's just like how I think about it. And I could be wrong, but that's just how I view the world. And it's a wicked way to view the world. But what's been helping me a lot cope with how I think and how I view the world and the negativity that's in the world is the Holy Bible, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ helped me realize that we're all just hurting each other, and we all need help and salvation. But we're doing it to ourselves. Since day one, we all wanted power for some odd reason, because we thought power was going to help us control this little area of our life. And then money came into the picture, and then money was like, money's going to help you control this whole entire area of your life. It's going to help. It's going to change your life. Actually, money is the only thing that you need. And then people lost their sense of morality, and then they started to chase money. And now we got people out here. Just some people just don't care. Some people just like, hey, I'm just here for the good time, not a long time. Some people's like, I need money so I can have this and have that. And it's not like money's not evil, but it's how the government portrayed money to me. If that makes sense.
Yeah, because the thing is I just want to make enough money to survive, and I don't want to have to get employees and all that shit.
Yeah.
But
trust me, I know.
the thing is with the vending machines I was looking into, it almost forces you into doing that kind of stuff because you have to have multiple locations. Unless you all know any place that has a high-rise apartment that you have connections with. So I feel like that would be just... I'm trying to think outside the box with just money in general. Just because being my age and being like, damn, I worked 20 years of shit jobs. And I worked some cool jobs, but most of them were shit.
I tried warehouses. Warehouses have a vast number of people with the vending machines.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I tried warehouse. I mean, we work in a warehouse now. And, like, the amount of people that just go to, like, well, but they have, like, their own, like, snacking system or food system. It's like, just through them so they can get more money off of us. It's kind of weird. But...
Yeah, because unfortunately to do that, you have to mark up the items to double what you paid for them at Costco. But the thing is there's so much permits that you have to get to do it that I don't think everybody who has a business is bad, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Because you have to play into the system to a certain extent.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because it's like, for instance, I have music on Spotify, and Spotify is invested in some things that are unscrupulous for sure.
Yeah, but what I was saying was, I view everything as evil in this world. Even myself, I consider myself evil. Like everything is just evil. There is no good or bad. It's just everything's evil in this world. The only thing that's probably good in this world is the Holy Bible. The thought and the sensitive subject of Jesus Christ. You see how it's not talked about because it's so good. It's so good that it's not talked about. But you will hear about someone dying. You will hear about people killing themselves. You will hear about how corrupt the system is. You will hear about people taking over this land, a war going on. But when Jesus Christ gets mentioned into the picture, people turn an ear. People, they turn away from it. They turn it off because it's so good. It's so holy. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing we can do besides turn to Jesus Christ. Turn to the only good that's actually here in this world. And that's the only sense I can make.
Yeah, well, I think when this country was at its peak, probably financially, I feel like people were more into religion and Christianity specifically. So you might have a good point.
See, I didn't even know that.
Well, thing is, I don't think anything's ever been fair in this country. So the thing is, I don't really know if the history they taught us was true, because, for instance, with 9/11, were you all alive during 9/11?
I wasn't.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I think
I was born like 4 years later.
I wasn't alive. I was
Yeah, and what I was saying was, I was putting on ChatGPT, and I've heard a long time ago that the jet fuel couldn't have melted the beams of the concrete, but they put it on the news, and the only thing that can bring down a building is thermite. And the thing is, I heard a building got hit in Saudi Arabia just the same way it didn't fall, and that was the only 2 buildings in history, and Building 7, that fell. Also, the Pentagon had a big deficit before it was hit as well.
Yeah.
And plus, it was like, for a plane to fly that low. I just feel like they're probably teaching that in the history books to not even think about it. They're just indoctrinating people that this is the history. But you know what I'm saying? I wonder if we were conquered the United States and the history was all rewritten. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So do you think like 9/11 was kind of like the turning point?
Well, in my lifetime, because I was 12 at the time, and I just noticed that that was kind of like 2020, but 2020 was more intense. Because it kind of created fear in society, and it created the Patriot Act where they could spy on us without a warrant.
It's a cage. You're psychologically building a cage. But 9/11, that was the first one. That was like the first like cage around society. You have to live in fear. Rely on the government. Rely on the government. And then we lived in that cage up until 2020, and then it was like COVID. We got to start relying on the government now. We got to start relying. But COVID wasn't a complete success because people started to look at it as like, they tried to blame it on China. Or they tried to blame it on China and was like, it's China's fault.
But the thing is with COVID, I think there was a lot of things that were unanswered as well. The kind of people left the picture, and I know that's a controversial subject because I feel like there's a lot of tribalism when it came to COVID. There was 2 sides, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah?
Well, didn't it seem that way?
Well, it did, like I said, it was like, it was like China, if I'm getting this right. They were blaming it on China. Go ahead, ask that question. Sorry.
Well, I was just saying, if you had anything unorthodox views, it was automatically either you were MAGA or you were with that group of people that, I mean, the thing is I just don't think everything's that simple. There's a lot of times you can believe things maybe a little bit from one side and then a lot from the other, or half and half. So I think it's like a tribe to be left or right, because at the end of the day they all agree on war.
Right.
And the thing is they could have codified the abortion ban. The Democrats could have, but I think they didn't. They could have fixed homelessness as well. I mean, this is just sad to see all the homeless people here. But yeah, the thing is at the end of the day, I just want the truth, and I feel like, you know what I'm saying, like, probably we're on the same page. But
I'm telling you, man, the truth is Jesus Christ. That's the only truth in this world. Everything else has been lies. You know that. Everything else is lies.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to make sense of it.
Can't, man. That's the psychological cage. There is no sense. It's just fog. When you try to go deeper and deeper and deeper, it's just back to the same thing. You're lost. You're confused. And then you start to wander and ponder in thought, but still not understanding anything. So therefore you're just walking in a circle of fog. But all you can say is glimpses and little things that you hear and see time to time. That's it. There actually is no theory. It's just fog. That's what the government wants. They want you to live in a complete cycle of confusion. But the Bible, Jesus Christ, there is no confusion. you're just focused on him, you understand that you are walking in fog. You're walking in a distant land of confusion. But when you focus on him and you walk with him, there is no confusion. You won't have to worry about the world, but you will understand the world. It's evil. It's corrupted.
My friend lent me the Ethiopian Bible, so I've been reading that.
Ethiopian Bible. I've never heard of that one, honestly.
It's the oldest Bible. They have different books in their canon. They have the Book of Enoch. They have Clement's letters right at the end after Revelation. They just have some extra books.
I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah, it's always tough when I drift into politics and I first meet people. I'm like, oh damn, I hope nobody gets angry. Because I feel like anger is one of those emotions, you know, where you can't think straight.
Yeah.
It's like if I wanted to fight somebody, I'll get them angry because they're not going to think straight, and I'm going to outsmart them. And that's what I think Muhammad Ali said was.
Oh yeah, that's why he trash talked. Because they were, when you trash talk, someone gets mad. They don't think straight. They just want to get you. And then you just.
Yeah, there's just an objective way to think about things.
Yeah, it's
So 11:09.
11:09. Yeah, no, I mean, I think a lot of people forget, like, I mean, hello, logic and reasoning, you know, like, some people just throw it away and, like people just don't like to think anymore, I think, like, there's not so much thought, like, obviously you don't have to, like, sit down and meditate and study like, a simple topic for, like, 10 days straight, but, like, everything requires some thought, you know, I think people just got too lazy to really think about things, and, like, you know, they forget that there is an objective way to think about things, you know, it's, like...
Well, I don't know, it's just, I feel like I was born pretty grassroots for sure, and yeah, there wasn't much connections, and it's almost like you have to have connections and mentors in this world, or else it's just corporate America until you go fucking crazy.
I think it's the same. It's not about what you know, it's who you know. You know?
Yeah, definitely. That helps. But I just felt like when I worked at 10 Care, there was definitely one of those things where for working there that long, I applied to be a state worker, and because I didn't have a degree, they never moved me up, and then they didn't pay me for like 9 hours, so I said if I have to call tech support again, I was working from home, so they thought I wasn't working, but I was on the phone with tech support, but they just wanted me in the system. But it just increased how much I had to work over the years. So I hope the best, but damn, I don't fucking get it. I don't know how people tolerate it, how there's not, it's almost like I won't say it on TikTok Live.
Yeah, bro, they'll get you for like the smallest one.
Yeah, I got suspended a couple times.
Been there.
But anyway, it was good meeting you all. I probably, with my job, it's like, they let me know in the morning at like 7 a.m. It's like, can you come in at 9? It's kind of fucked up, and it's only 14 an hour. I'm like,
14 an hour?
yeah.
That's pretty bad.
But I feel like it's just where, when I was doing training, that I tried to negotiate to get more money, but then this girl walks in and they hired her for 15 an hour. And I was in the same room that they were interviewing her as I was training, and it was one of those things where, like, how the fuck is anybody supposed to be happy in that situation? It's almost like, yeah, people don't give a fuck about putting people in just seeing what it's like to be somebody else. They just make judgments and categorize people before they get to know them.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that's what's happened my fucking whole life. That's why I'm fucking busking, I'm sure.
People judge books by their cover, and they don't even read the cover right. Yeah. It's like, as someone who judges books by their cover, like literal books, at least read the cover right, you know, not just like skim past it, you know. They're like, yeah, people don't care. There's not empathy anymore, you know. People are just like, you know, it's not their problem anymore once they throw you out the door. So it's easy for them to sleep at night, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the thing is I'm totally cool with admitting when I'm wrong, but I feel like some people are so attached to their ideas, their ego, that's probably part of the problem as well, is why people in power, they care more about being right than doing what's right. But
sometimes to do right, you gotta be wrong. A lot of the times, actually.
yeah. But I guess the only thing that seems like it would be the future of America is you have to start a business. It seems like people that come to this country always start businesses, and maybe that's the right idea.
Yeah, those immigrants work their butt off, man. Right.
Well, yeah, I definitely gotta get to that level for sure. But that's why I have different businesses like this and a bunch of side hustles.
Yeah, I respect it, you know. It's something. You gotta find something, you know.
Yeah, for sure. It's,
Like he said, it's really the thing that keeps me afloat is just God. I mean, everything else, like, because your job's gonna disappoint you. Hell, sometimes I play guitar and I'm like, dang, I suck today. Even that disappoints me, you know. But you know, God is just good, you know. And especially with like you, like I really like try to logic and reason with everything, because I mean, honestly, as a pastime too, like sometimes I just enjoy like thinking, but like I don't know, man, without God nothing makes sense, but with God, like at least some things make sense. So that's how I sleep at night. It's like,
yeah, I agree with you. I mean, there's a lot of things where maybe
bare bones of it. It's like, if you believe in God and God isn't real, you still live a meaningful life full of purpose and joy. And if you believe it, like, it's like you can't lose, really, you know. In the case that God, like, if you're a Christian and he just, like, you know, you were wrong for some reason, he doesn't exist, you didn't lose, you know, you lived a meaningful life, joy. But if you weren't Christian and he does exist, you know, you lose a little, you know. It's pretty bad. So.
yeah, I've had a lot of psilocybin mushrooms, and then that kind of opened my mind up to that, where I was like, there's some abstract things where it's hard to explain. But I feel like that kind of made me more spiritual than anything. And I mean, the Bible's always, I was raised Christian, and there's a lot of things, for instance, the thing is that I don't think people need laws to have morality. Wouldn't you agree?
What do you mean by that?
For instance, I think it should be natural to a human to not steal from somebody, for instance, or not to kill an animal or something like that. But I feel like, yeah, unfortunately, it's disturbing that maybe there's probably a lot of people that think differently.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the law is just like to say, in case you have a different opinion for some reason, just know this is what you can't do, you know? It's like, it's kind of just, because like you said, unfortunately there are some people who are comfortable killing. You know? There are people who are comfortable lying all the time, people who are comfortable coveting their neighbor, you know, and all that stuff. I wrote a paper in school about like the consequences of a godless society. And then, so, you know, obviously you have two sides, you know, you have people that say godless society would be fine, and there's people that, I was on that side, a godless society would be terrible, you know, because I mean, as we can see in this world, with Christ in the world already, there's a bunch of evil, you know. If we already think the world sucks, imagine a godless society, you know, where people didn't have that, like, you shall not kill, like that fundamental, everyone knows this is the norm, you know. Obviously, since I believe in God, you know, I believe in objective truth and objective morality, God gives us, you know, how can we say something's right or something's wrong if there's no God, you know, because God is the objective truth. Without him, everything's just like, there is no right or wrong, you know, morality derives from God. And so the laws are kind of just to say, this is what the morality is that comes from the Creator. I wrote a paper on it. It sounded better on the paper.
Yeah, I agree with you. But if there weren't laws right now, you think a lot more people would start doing immoral things?
The godless people, yeah. We live in a not as much God as there should be society, you know. Though we carry Christ in us, not everyone does. I'm sure some people would. I mean, like The Purge, right? You know. I feel like that movie's a great example of like the no laws. You're gonna have some crazy people.
Yeah, and that's what I feel like is the problem. And that's what is, I mean, I'm sure you'd agree with me, but I think we're on the same page with all this stuff. But anyway, actually, I have one person watching this conversation. I guess this was an interesting conversation. Do you mind?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry I didn't let you know. It's on.
No, you're good, man. I don't mind. I mean, I saw it from the beginning. It was rolling.
Yeah, just because I just trying everything instead of complaining.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's as good as it gets, really. I mean, it feels better too. Like, I mean, there'll always be times to complain, and then after that, it's like, gotta put on my boots now. And it sucks, but it's worth it, you know. Really, just strength from God. 'Cause, I don't know how you'd feel. I feel like if I didn't have God in my life, I would have taken the easy way out a long time ago, you know? Definitely someone, you know, putting his hand over me.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's hard to be human. And I think it's compounded by this corruption. It's just like they don't teach us that. Because don't you get the feeling when you were in high school that it was like, if you do good in high school, then you'll get a good job.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they say, you know. You're a straight A student, go to college, straight A.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter because it's just survival of the fittest because there is no morality. So I think it all circles back to what you said about Christianity and it does create morality for sure. I agree.
I just think without God, we can't argue for a correct morality, because who decides that? You know, what's the objective truth? If there's objective truth, who made it? You know, who decides it? Or else it's just like opinion. Yeah. That's what helps me sleep at night. Is like, you know, because of God, there is objective truth, and right is right. You know? That's the way I see it. Because I don't know. I always think back to that debate we had in school. It was like, these people were saying like, no, in a godless society, like, you know, you can still have right and wrong. And it's like, but what determines it? You know, it's just an opinion, because everything's subjective. You know, and if everything's subjective, then like, might as well go and do evil. You know, that's my take on it. And obviously, I mean, what creator wouldn't interact with his creation? You know, that's where Jesus comes into play. But that's what keeps me afloat, because it just doesn't make sense without. And if it doesn't make sense, I can't sleep. You know, I'm sure you're the same. You know, like,
Yeah, definitely. Because I've had those thoughts since I was a little kid, like 9, and all that stuff about what's the purpose of all this. So I know what you're talking about, because I was thinking about that the other day at work because of the amount of pay. It's just like, damn.
yeah.
But anyway, I probably gotta get sleep, because I don't know if this guy's gonna hit me up. I mean, isn't that weird that he would hit me up like 2 hours before at a shift? And I feel like it's like barely any shifts. I mean, I don't know, it's weird. I guess there's probably a lot of factors that are coming into play right now.
Yeah. No, you gotta tell them, let you know in advance. Well, I mean, I guess that's the thing. You can't really tell them anything.
Oh, because they have the upper hand.
Yeah. You tell them something, they're like, we'll find someone else who won't complain. You know?
Yeah, that's why I try and act dominant in the job interview, which is a good trick, is turn it on them and see what they can offer you. But
That's smart. I never thought of it.
then again, I'm in this position, so maybe that's not the best advice.
Well, I mean, you know, you got fools swimming in money, and you got wise men on the streets. You know, it's not a fair world. If it were, the fools would be on the streets and the wise men would be. It's a mix. But,
Yeah, I just kind of slipped through the cracks, I guess, of society and all this shit. But anyway, I'm sure that's happened to a lot of people. But anyway, it was good talking with you all.
Yeah, man, it was great talking to you. It was refreshing. It was
What's your name?
John.
John.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, man.
Should be
Yeah.
John.
Oh yeah, we still have one person watching.
Wow, this
You
person's
could,
interesting.
you could shout out.
Hello, shout out to who's watching?
I don't know, it just says one.
Shout out to one.
That one person.
You're the GOAT.
Yeah, that's that.
Follow.
That's a dedicated listener.
Must have liked the
Watching.
conversation.
Well, actually, they stopped watching. Oh.
Maybe the shout out was too much for them.
But I'll post it later then if you want, if you're down cool with it.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm fine with anything.
yeah, just because I like to, on my TikTok at least, I like people to get to know me and what I do. It helps with music because it's not just the music, they're connecting with us,
Yeah.
you know.
That's a good-
But, oh, one person is back. You can do a shout out if you want.
Shout out to one person again. These dedicated people. Is it Chimp?
I don't want.
Shout out Sander. And bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Yeah, man, it's
Well, eventually it will get higher, but
rough world.
I gotta end this here.